So, hi there everybody. We are live again. Lovely to be with you. Hi Ray. So, let's see. Next stream will be on Thursday, which will be the 1st of February at 3:30 p.m. UK time. Notice, 3:30 on Thursday, not 3:45, 3:30. Yeah, 3:30 on Thursday. It's going to be the new time for Thursday classes. Okay, so welcome to Renyard, welcome to Oksana, welcome to Dewash, welcome to Vitali, welcome to Yuri, welcome to Patricia, welcome to Dewash, welcome to Yuri, welcome to Manisco, and who else have we got here as well? Oh, and Manji if she's there as well, and we have somebody in Arabic which unfortunately I can't read. Okay, and Sharon, lovely to hear you. So, I'm elated to be with you as well, Ray. Hi, Haram. Good to have you, Haram. First time, good to have you. Hi, Adam. Great to have you as well. And Bogdan, lovely to see you. Okay, so let's get straight down to it. And hi, Osei, good to have you as well. Okay, this is about measurement of pain. It's an article saying how do we measure pain, because pain is an incredibly difficult thing to measure. So this system can be complex, disorientating, confusing, fuzzy for patients, he says, and especially problematic when treating children and non-communicative patients. So, complex, disorientating, confusing or fuzzy. Hi Cut Sleeve, lovely to see you. So, we've got confusing for Oksana, confusing for Bogdan, confusing for Vitali, Cut Sleeve, Dewash and Renyard. Okay, if something's fuzzy, it's not clear. Yeah, everything, if I take off my glasses, the screen looks fuzzy. I can't see properly. If it's complex, it's not the problem. The problem is the fact that the patients are confused. And if you're disorientating, if you're disorientated, you don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. Adam goes for complex as well, and not least present problems treating children. So Hrum goes for disorientated. It can be complex. I guess it could be disorientating, but I think confusing is a better word, because disorientating, you've got the idea that you're almost making somebody ill. You are giving them mental problems. If I drink too much alcohol, I become disorientated. Hi, Ronan. A flummoxing system. Yes, you could, Renyard. Flummoxing is a bit. The system can be flummoxing. It's a bit informal, but it would work. Okay, so great to have you back, P. Lovely to see you back. So here we go, confusing. And let's try the next one. And this next one's a simple little question. Then there is the problem about whether the patient's rating is believed. In this case, they both fit, but one is better than the other. So why? That's the question now. Measuring pain. Hi Sveta, lovely to have you. So we've got weather for Vitali and Bogdan and Renyard. Good to have you, Sveta. Harum goes for weather. Oksana goes for weather. Sveta for weather. Manisco goes for if. Osei goes for weather. Patricia for weather. Sharon for weather. Adam for weather. Yes, thank you, Bogdan. Whether is more likely because the answer is yes or no. There is a problem about whether the patient's rating is believed or not. Or not. And whether it's yes or no, one thing or not, then it's much better to use whether. Okay, we use whether when we've got two choices. Whether or not the patient is believed. Exactly, that's the point, Patricia. You could say if, but it's better with whether. It's better style. If is normally for more questions, more possibilities. So whether or not. Then there arises the problem about whether the patient's rating is to be believed. Yes or not. Good. You can use either, Yuri. Whether is better style. So use whether, yeah? You could use either, but whether is better style, is better work. One study found a widespread notion that people tend to exaggerate, overact, overreact, fudge the level of pain they are in, despite little evidence to suggest that such is common. Okay, the answer's very clear with this one. Let's change it to suggest this is common. That looks better. Okay, exaggerate, very definitely. So exaggerate for Oksana, for Bogdan, for Vitaly, for Sharon. For Reynard, for Sveta. Style is everything. Yes, exaggerate for Adam as well. Okay, so what is to fudge? To fudge is to make things fit. Exaggerate for Osei as well. Beat the yolk of and then add coffee and cognac. Okay, fudge is to twist the figures, to twist the numbers, to make it fit your theory. Overreact to the level of pain they were in. If there was a 2, I think that would work. And overact the level. No, they exaggerate. They definitely exaggerate. Whoops. Yes. Fudge is a sweet thing from Mr. Wonka. Okay, but to fudge, the fudge factor. To fudge the truth, that's perfect, Sharon. I love it. Yeah, to fudge the truth, to fudge the figures, to make them fit your theory. Yeah, to massage the statistics and the numbers, to make it fit. Yeah, so the government fudged the figures to show that the economy was growing very nicely. Exaggerate for Nariman. Lovely to see you, Nariman. To fudge is a good word, Ronan. The fudge factor. Yeah? Okay, a fudge factor. Valetudinarians. To cook the books, that's the idea of fudge. To cook the books, very definitely. I like that a lot. I'm not sure if I've got a fudge video or not. I'm going to put it here just in case. Fudge. Here, to cook the books. Okay, let's try the next one. Without an objective way to measure pain, there is room for bias to zoom, run, creep, drag into clinicians' decisions. Fudge is scrumptious. It sounds great, Patricia. Okay, so without an objective way to measure pain, there is room for bias to zoom in into clinicians' decisions, run into, creep into, drag into. Lay it on the thick. I love it. Okay, so we've got creep for Vitaly and creep for Reynard and run for Sharon and creep for Bogdan. and creep for Nariman, and run for Harum, and rush for Bogdan. Patricia goes for creep into. Adam goes for creep into. Osei goes run into. And Oksana goes for creep into. So to zoom into, no. No, definitely not. If you run into somebody, you crash with them, you meet them. I ran into my friend yesterday. I ran into a tree. It's to crash with. No, it's not to run into. I ran into my brother-in-law the other day. Okay, to creep into, to slowly enter into, and this is definitely the answer. Okay, so it creeps into. It slowly gets into it. Creep into, absolutely, Ronan. And then drag into, no. Creep into, to slowly enter. Mistakes are creeping into, run into, collide. Yeah? And metaphorically as well. I ran into a tree. I collided with a tree. I ran into my friend. I collided with my friend. But problems are creeping into the production process. To slowly enter into something. Okay. To seep into. Seep would work very nicely, Oksana. It's a good word. Okay, pain has a particularly large impact on underserved populations, and their pain is particularly likely to be slighted, omitted, avoided, ignored, says Pierson. So, pain has a particularly large impact on underserved populations, people who don't have good service, and their pain is particularly likely to be slighted, omitted, avoided, ignored, says Pierson. So, we've got ignored from Vitali, from Sveta, from Bogdan. We've got ignored from Oksana, ignored from Adam. Patricia says there was another lady I was listening to, and she had a bad cold. I was giggling all the time because I couldn't focus on what she was saying. And then ignored for Renyard, ignored for Osei, ignored for Hram. Likely to be omitted. Okay, so to omit is not to include. And you don't omit pain, you probably omit the treatment. Yeah? Proper treatment is liable to be admitted. Admit is to not include something. Yeah, I omitted the salt in my soup. Ignored for Nariman, and Yuri goes for overlooked. Underdeserved. These are underserved. These are people who don't have good healthcare services. These are people who have maybe one doctor per million inhabitants. Underserved populations. This is in poor areas. This is not in rich areas. Okay, so underserved, they have less service than they should have. Okay, ignored for Patricia, and disregarded, which I quite like, from Oksana. So, ignored very definitely. To slight is to insult, to be rude about something. So, he slighted me. He refused to say hello to me. He refused to welcome me. Okay, so he slighted me. He was rude to me. Yeah? And in this, it's saying that in communities where there is very little health service, pain is particularly likely to be ignored. Okay, and unfortunately, false beliefs about pain are widely kept, held, owned, taken, had among physicians. Inhale Vicks, yes. Or the other thing is eucalyptus, because there's eucalyptus leaves everywhere around here. Thank you, now. Lay it on thick means to praise too much. Lay it on with a trowel. Yeah, not exaggerate. So, this is good. Well done from Oksana. Held for Oksana. Held for Bogdan. Held for Vitali. Held for Osei. Held for Nal Iman. Held for Renyard and held for Adam and Sharon. Okay, Hrum. To hold a belief. To hold a belief. Yeah, held for Patricia. High white stripes. Lay it on thick. Lay it on thick. Held for Sveta. Held for white stripes. High typhoid. To hold a dream. To have a dream. To keep a dream. It's something that you keep in your mind. Yeah? It's something that you want to happen. It's something that you always keep in your mind. So, held. Yes, held. This verb to hold. Students don't tend to like it. Okay, and lay it on with a trowel is a Shakespeare idiom. It could be. I honestly don't know the origin. So, held for Lionheart as well. So, in 2016, one study found that 50% of white medical students and homeowners, residents, citizens, civilians, neighbours in the US held very dangerous and false ideas about black people and their experience of pain. In 2016, one study found that 50% of white medical students and hold is very versatile. Homeowners, residents, citizens, civilians, neighbours. So we've got residents from Sharon, we've got citizens for Oksana and Nad, we've got residents for Osei, we've got residents for Harum, we've got residents for Renyard and residents for Bogdan. Oksana says students and homeowners, but medical students, residents, says Ronan. Okay, there's a trick here. Because the question is, what is a resident? A resident is a medical student in a hospital. Yeah, who is working in a hospital. So a resident is another type of medical student. It's another person studying medicine. Normally they are working in a hospital. And they probably live and work inside it. Well, they're all possible. Yeah? They are all possible. Homeowners, citizens, civilians and neighbours. But residents, a resident is a resident physician, is a doctor. Yeah, residents. A resident is a doctor. Medical students and resident doctors. That's the point. Okay, different meaning. Yeah, then residence it is. It was a trick question. You should know me by now. I love providing trick questions. Typhoid goes for citizens. Okay, a resident. A resident. Let's see. Let's see what it says. Here we go. A resident. A physician receiving specialized clinical training in a hospital, usually after completing an internship. Okay, and that's the point. Okay, so let's try the next one. Ooh, this one doesn't fit well. Yes, it does have a second meaning, as in permanent resident. Yes, it does, Renyard. But I'm playing with the other. Yes, definitely. Another study. Oops, I don't know. And here we go, there it is. Another study found that almost half of medical students heard negative comments about black patients by their senior colleagues. And those students' level of racial mindset, racial warp, racial bias, racial jaundice grew significantly in their first 4 years of medical training. Okay, this one's easy, yeah? Racial mindset, it doesn't work at all. Racial warp, something that's warped is something that's twisted. Racial jaundice, jaundice is a disease, but if you're jaundiced, you're tired of something. It doesn't seem fresh and interesting. So we've got biased for Vitali, for Oksana. We've got bias for Renyard and Bogdan. We've got bias for Sharon and Osei, and for Nariman and Yuri and Patricia and Adam and Lionheart. Jaundice, it has a second meaning. Yeah, if somebody is jaundiced, he has a very jaundiced view of life. So, it's biased. It's biased, Harum. Racial bias. Racial prejudice, yes. Okay. A jaundiced point of view, it's just not interesting anymore. Yes, that's very good, Bogdan. Racial jaundice. Racial bias. Bias fits much better. Much better. And then just to prove it, such biases date back to historical attempts to justify, confirm, verify, prove, account slavery, including false claims that black people had thicker skin and different nerve endings. So we've got justify for Bogdan and Nar and Oksana and Vitali. Justify for Sharon. Justify for Patricia and Adam and Harum. So to confirm, you can't confirm slavery. You can confirm a theory. I confirm that I will be coming tomorrow. To confirm different ideas, you confirm an idea. So unfortunately not, or say confirm doesn't work. Justify for Renyard, definitely. To verify is to prove that something is true. To prove, you prove that something is true, you verify it's true. To account, no. To confirm, as Typhor has just said as well. So, confirm. No, not confirm. To justify. You confirm that something is true. I confirm that I will send the money tomorrow. Different nerve endings, my God. So justify for Alan62. Great to see you, Alan. And justify for Lionheart. That's my pleasure, Osei. Attempts to excuse. Yes, excuse is a good word there, Oksana. Okay, let's try the next one. Now, black patients in the US are 40% less likely to have their pain treated than white patients. Okay, this is the idea, Renyard, of underserved communities. Hispanic patients, meanwhile, are 25% likely than white patients to have their pain treated. So this one looks quite easy, doesn't it? Okay, so let's see, interim. In the interim, between 2 points in time, I'm going downstairs for a minute. I'll be back in a minute. In the interim, learn your verbs. Hispanic patients, whilst, no. They're the same, Yuri, but neither of them fit here. Okay, we got meanwhile for Vitali, for Oksana, for Bogdan, for Nad. We got meanwhile for Osei and Adam and Hrum. We got meanwhile for Sharon and Typhor and Patricia. So meanwhile, at the same time. Yes, this meanwhile is saying on the other hand. On the other hand, they are 25% likely. So we got meanwhile as well for Renyard and for Lionheart as well. Okay. Hispanic, yeah. Hi, Mr. Innocent. Meanwhile, yes, Alan62. And here comes another. Racial discrimination is not the only form of prejudice that affects, forces, influences, persuades, induces pain treatment. They're the same, Yuri. They're exactly the same. Neither is better or worse. That affects pain treatment. So it would be affect with an A. So induces for Bogdan, influences for Vitali, influences for Alan, influences for Oksana. Some folk are more hypochondriac than others. That's the point, Patricia. Yes, it should. Exactly. It should be affects with an A. Influences for Sharon, affects with an A for Haram. Influences for Adam, influences for Lionheart. Okay. Forces, no, it affects with an A. Okay, it induces? Nah. It persuades the doctor to treat pain. It influences from Osei as well. Okay, so that influences pain treatment. Let's put this here. Influences for Patricia. Okay, so one last one and then I'm going. Induce vomiting. That's very good. Influences. Three Men in a Boat, Jerome K. Jerome. Influences for Mr. Innocent. Yes, biases around hysterical women are still particularly well known in medicine, particularly around pain. A review of 77 separate research studies displayed, expressed, revealed, unfolded, told that terms like sensitive and complaining are more often applied to women's reports of pain. So this looks quite good. Okay, you display something, you put it on show, it's in the window, it's being displayed. Expressed, you express yourself in words. A situation unfolds as it happens. Told, no. So we've got revealed for Oksana, for Vitaly, revealed for Bogdan and Renyard and Nad, revealed for Sharon and Osei and Alan, revealed for Adam and Lionheart and Patricia as well. So very definitely revealed for Harum as well. There we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop there. And remember, our next class is on Thursday, which is the 1st of February at 3:30 UK time. Okay, 3:30. Not 3:45. Yeah, 3:30. Notice 3:30. 15 minutes earlier than normal. Okay, Mr. Innocent, a situation unfolds. You made it for some, Alan. That's good. All you need is to practice your English a little bit every day. So thank you is on. Thank you. Yeah, I hope I get better soon as well. So let's see. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to Adam and Alan and Bogdan and Lionheart and Harum and Manisko and Mr. Innocent and Nad. Thank you to Oksana and Osei and Patricia and Renyard and Sharon and Typhor and Yuri and to Vitali. So it's been great having you all. Thank you, Katerina. It's been a fantastic stream. It's been fantastic having you. It's been enlightening as always. So I think the word we've got today is to fudge. Yeah? Okay, so thank you.